Hello, friends.
Or enemies.
In case you don't know us, which you probably don't, my name is Lydia. I'm also known as Pee Pee Poo Poo.
And my name is Mary, also known as Yo Mama.
Bruh.
Sorry.
Well, in case you're wondering why our accents might sound a little different than most American accents, is because we're both Greek and we're currently in Greece as we're speaking.
And if you feel the urge to make fun of our accents, because I know some of you little Americans or whoever is listening to this right now likes to make fun of people's accents. Well, if you don't speak 3 or more languages, you can suck my dick.
Don't talk to us, basically.
Okay, since this is the first episode, we're gonna talk a little bit about how we met. Listen, if you want to skip this part,
yeah, I mean, you probably don't care, but we might.
You can just go ahead.
Exactly. So I think it all started back in 2014.
Yep.
I think. Okay, so 2014, me and Mary actually didn't like each other.
We had some beef.
Yeah, we were beefing hard, and it was all over some social media drama and other parties involved and all that. Long story short, I ended up calling her mom, crying, apologizing for what I said.
She 100% did.
I know her mom was kind of like, what the fuck? But, I mean, shit happens. My dad made me, but whatever.
And now we're here, so we became friends.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it afterwards. We
had a little sex.
Don't tell them about that, yeah.
And anyway, we became close and realized we both like doing social media. I think both of us wanted to start a YouTube channel at some point.
Yeah, or some kind of anything related to podcasts or YouTube, but we both kind of kept it low. Yeah, we both kind of kept it low key, but that's why we're here, actually.
We ended up having so much more in common than we thought, and we said, fuck it, we're gonna start a podcast, and whoever wants to listen, they can fucking listen.
Yeah.
Whoever doesn't want to listen, they can fucking suck my dick again.
So yeah, we decided to do this podcast because we actually decided to take it a little bit seriously. I mean, we're still doing it for fun, we're still doing it for us, but if that can actually entertain some people, it will actually be very So in case you're wondering how me and Mary ended up in the US, not self-promoting or anything, but my dad's organization basically helped us go
in contact
with coaches over there in order to be able to obtain a scholarship in the sport of swimming, since we're both swimmers. And we ended up finding coaches. We both ended up finding scholarships in the US, and
we kind of wanted to use this episode as an introduction of who we are, in case you want to know more about us, and also so we can share our experiences and our struggles, because things were much more different than I expected. And
this is the reason why we decided to name this episode All Things Wrong with Being an International Student.
And coming up, we're gonna have more episodes talking about everything wrong with other topics. So if you wanna stick with us and listen, you're more than welcome.
So, do you want to start with your experience before you even left, maybe?
Okay, so I had never been on a plane before, so for me, shut up. So for me, everything was new. I didn't know what to do. I was lucky enough to get a free upgrade to business class, but
bougie.
Food, I did not eat. The rich people food, no good, no good. I got used to business class seats. Life was good until it was my time for my connection flight, and I had to sit for fucking 5 hours on my ass. My ass crack was hurting.
Oh my
I
God.
couldn't sleep. My fucking body was aching. But hey,
because let me tell you, those seats on those airplanes are so bad. It's literally
so tiny.
First of all, it feels like you're sitting on rocks. So yeah, I was pretty lucky because I was actually traveling with another Greek girl, Steffi. Shout out to Steffi. And I remember I couldn't sleep on that flight either because I was also traveling to Miami. But it was not being able to sleep for that many hours is actually pretty bad. But yeah, no, the funniest part was when I actually got there with her. First of all, it was really hard to find the people because the team captain and my coach were about to meet us there and pick us up and take us to the school. But it was so funny because I realized that Americans don't do, you know how Greeks do the kiss on the cheek?
Yeah, Americans have their personal space. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Mostly in Europe, we kiss,
we hug. Yeah, we were like very touchy and all that. But I didn't know that, coming from Greece, never being there. So I ended up, hugging my teammate. She hugged me and that was it. And then I went towards my coach. That was the first time seeing him in person. And, I ended up hugging him, and then I also kissed him on the cheek.
So here, that's normal, because in our heads, this is the person that's giving me a chance to study in the U.S.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're paying for my school. So our first instinct is to kiss somebody on the cheek. It's not sexual. It's just agreeing.
Yeah, but it was so funny, dude. Like, if you saw his face after I did it, he was kind of like, he kind of like backed out and all that. And I was kind of like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I guess. But yeah, like his whole face during the whole ride, on the way back to our school, it was kind of like, because, he kind of thought I was flirting with him and all that. But after that, he kind of realized that, it's not like that. So, yeah. I mean, was that awkward for you and your coach?
My coach, I didn't even know what my coach looked like. I landed.
Wait, you never video called with him?
We did, but when you're in a public space with that many people waiting for even more people.
No, not for you.
I just knew he was blonde and tall, and I saw him, I spotted him. That was it. And then he dropped me off to the school, and that starts a whole nother chapter.
Was the ride, like, to the school awkward and stuff?
No, it wasn't awkward. We talked about the scenery. Like, I've never been outside of Greece. He was kind of explaining to me where things are. But the scary part for me was when I got dropped off in school. As soon as he dropped me off, he took off. He went back home.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was smart enough, I guess, to like pull up a school map on my phone and figure out where my residence hall was at.
Didn't you have people over there to like meet you and stuff?
No, that's the thing.
Wow.
That's the thing.
Bad.
International freshmen came earlier before anybody else. And I don't know if it's like that with every school or if it was like that for my year in my school, my grade. We had nobody to help us and guide us through anything.
Wait, so you had no RAs or anything like that who could help you or like guide you and stuff?
I think the first time I met my RA, shout out to him, like nothing wrong with him, pretty cool guy, love the guy. I think I met him during our first RA meeting, our floor meeting. I didn't meet him before.
Okay.
So I got dropped off, I found out where I'm supposed to be staying, got my keys, got my room, and then I had to go to a meeting for international freshmen. Nobody was at school besides those freshmen, and I couldn't find anybody. So I was asking random people. They weren't able to tell me where I'm supposed to go. Mm-hmm. Went back to my room, called my coach crying.
The coach?
No, I was so sad. I had this meeting, my first time in the US. I couldn't find the class. And he helped me a little bit. I got over it. But the thing is, I got no guidance for literally nothing. I wasn't told that I was supposed to be getting my ID, and I would use this ID to like get into buildings.
Basically do everything.
Like this ID was supposed to be like my ID to go eat. They didn't tell me where the fucking cafeteria was. Yeah. I didn't eat for 3 days because I had nobody. I was in the room crying for 3 days. Uber Eats, I didn't know that was a thing.
Because guys, mind you, there's no such thing in Greek colleges like that, right? There's no RA to take you to anyone. IDs. There's no student ID, or no, if you do, like you're not gonna use it in the university itself.
Yeah, no, I was completely alone. I met my roommate the day of orientation. She told me I don't have to go to my orientation. We got my ID then. That was also the first time I ate after 3 days. Bruh, I didn't go to the fucking toilet. I didn't take a shit for 2 weeks. I had nothing to digest. She really said
constipation. Yeah. Okay, well, I remember when I first got there, we actually had an RA. They made us sign a couple papers regarding our like staying in the dorms and all that.
I got no fucking papers.
Bro, but we also got there at 11 p.m. So I was kind of surprised that they were actually up at this time. But I found out that people that are over there, that the people that brought us actually called them to come help us.
Oh, so must be nice.
Yeah, I was actually pretty lucky with that. So yeah, and they also knew that we came from a really long travel, and they were like, yeah, well, we got some spare pizza if you want some. And we're like,
Oh, fuck
hell
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it was cold and stiff as fuck. But, you know, we were both pretty much like,
Listen.
we were both pretty much like, hey, our first American pizza. And we were like posting it everyone.
I would take cold and stiff as a dick pizza than no fucking pizza after 13 hours of traveling and fucking rich people food. It's fucking stupid ass
I mean,
food.
it's funny because you say rich people food like it's a bad thing, but like
It is,
if you say that, yeah, I had broccoli and like
No, it was like business class food.
But that's what do you call business class food?
I don't know. It was like super small portions. They tasted like fucking booty crack. I didn't eat that shit. Like, I'm sorry.
But yeah, when it came to orientation, oh my god, it was like the first interaction I had with Americans and also the weirdest one, because I remember, you know how there we had orientation for freshmen and we had orientation for international people. So after the freshman one is both Americans and internationals, and as soon as I walked out that gym, because it was in the gym.
Oh, we were sitting in a patch of grass.
Oh, that really is nature for
Yep.
you. So yeah, we were in the gym, and as soon as I walked out, there's a guy. He walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, I heard you're the new Greek girl," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, well, there's two of us, but I guess I'm one of them." And he's like, "No, I think those guys were talking about you."
Yeah,
and
that was some great pussy.
And first of all, I was like, "Who, what guys?"
Keep in mind that in Europe, we don't just walk up to people to talk to them. This is a very unique experience for us.
Yeah, so I was kind of shocked too, and so I don't know, he like he felt like he had to ask me this question, and he really went, "So since you're from Greece and all that, I was wondering, what language do you speak?"
I don't know, bro, what the fuck do you think?
And I was like, "Spartan." No, I didn't really say that because I was still like kind of shocked. So I was like, well, you know, we speak Greek, you know. And he was like, that's cool, and like ancient Greek. And I was like,
are you dumb?
No, are you dumb? I was like, no, like modern Greek. That's why we call it ancient. And then he was like, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Can you say a word?" And I was
they
like,
always say that.
"Yeah,
They
can you
always
say a
fucking say
word?"
that.
And I was like, "Well, what do you want to know?" And he was like, "How do you say hi?" And I was like, "It's yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, like yeah, you know, like yeah." And I was like, "Well, I guess, you know."
It's funny that you say that because the first time I hang out with a guy, this man's had the nerve to ask me if we walk around naked, if we have electricity. Also, if you're watching this, hi, I don't think you are, but like, you made some dumbass points. Anyway.
No, the same person literally asked me if we have cars in Greece. I'm like, no,
No,
we ride in on donkeys. Like,
yeah, we use donkeys.
Yeah, and we also have fire and smoke and stones, rocks. That's all we have.
Oh yeah, and he asked me if we live in stone houses.
No.
My guy, at this point it's 2018. You cannot be serious. Like, I'm sorry, but don't ask me no dumb shit like that ever again, cause no offense, you're embarrassing yourself.
Bro, I literally looked at this guy's face and I literally saw no thoughts behind
Zero
those
thoughts.
eyes. Like,
Zero thoughts. A couple of weeks after that, I had somebody ask me if this man's, he said,
I'm getting frustrated, man.
no, this man's looked at me straight in the eyes and he said, well, if you're from Greece, why are you white? Do you want me to be fucking blue? What do you mean, why am I white? Like, I'm sorry.
And yeah, I literally had someone ask me, he was like, so what race are you? And I was like, I'm Greek. And he was like, no, that's where you from. And I was like, well, I've never had that question asked
Well, technically,
before.
yeah, that's our ethnicity, but people don't ask you why you're a specific color. Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
So, did you struggle at all with classes?
I didn't, cause first of all, I went there as undecided because I didn't know if I'm gonna take criminal justice, psychology, or marketing. I took some criminal justice classes. They ended up being not as fun as I expected. Same with psychology. It was more statistics and stuff that I didn't really want to work on. And then I ended up doing marketing. My degree is actually on marketing and communications. And I thought, that this fit my personality better. And yeah, but I actually ended up deciding my major on my second semester. So
You a lucky motherfucker.
I swear.
Because let me tell you, I didn't have the option to choose my first semester classes.
What?
Yeah.
They just put you in them?
They just put me in them, and I don't know if they did it on purpose.
No matter the schedule and the times and all that?
No, our schedule was, like, it was fit for my practices.
Okay.
Like, I didn't have class during my practice times, but they put me in one psychology class, which was fine, because I used to be a psychology major at that point. And they put me in 3 American history classes.
Oof, those suck.
I'm
but
sorry,
like, why? I don't
but
get it.
I don't know. I didn't know American history. Obviously, I know more now, but I had to do double the work than anybody else. I was asked by my professor, super cool guy. He asked me, do you know what the Boston Tea Party is? I looked this man straight in the eyes and I told him I thought it was a gangbang.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yep. He ended up...
What did he say?
He didn't tell me in that class because we had a Tuesday, Thursday class. He waited until Thursday to explain to me what the fucking Boston Tea Party was. Cool guy. Like, shout out to him, honestly.
Well, I had the same issue with one of my classes. It was political communication. And it was part of my major, obviously, and this was the first time I actually had class with my degree director, and she's the best person I know I've met ever, purest soul ever. And you know, I was never into politics and all that, and this person actually but influenced me to get involved into politics. So that's really something that you can't really find here in Greece.
Nope.
Yeah, you either get in a room full of, like, I don't know, hundreds of people, and the teacher is literally talking to the walls, or, you know, there's no personal interaction and all that. And this is something I really appreciated when I was over there.
Speaking about classwork, I want to talk about accents and presentations.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
This is going to explain the little segment we did in the beginning about mocking accents. It was, I think, one of my first presentations. I don't know if it was my first one, but I got up to present my work, and I remember I was stuttering over a word because I couldn't pronounce it. I don't even remember what the word is, but for some reason I couldn't pronounce it. And this couple of girls, not couple, but like these 2 friends, I guess, they were sitting in the front desk, and this girl, this fucking bitch, turns to her friend and she doesn't say this to me, she says that to her friend. Well, if you can't even speak our language, you might as well go back to your country.
Okay, Bethany.
I'm sorry, Samantha. Let me hear you speak Spanish. Okay. So yeah, if you ever talk with somebody that doesn't have English as their first language, please don't mention their accent unless they specifically ask you to correct them. It is honestly very uncomfortable, and we're really trying. Like, we know about it, we can hear our accent.
Also, don't forget, most of those international people are writing essays better than them, actual
absolutely.
Americans. I had people pay me to do their assignments.
I've done people's essays too.
And they pay good money too. Like, I have people pay me for papers like $150 per paper, or like crazy shit like that.
At the end of the day, don't mock people's accents, because honestly, I'm never gonna forget those girls, and if I saw them today, I would probably spit on their face. Also, adjusting to that whole new roommate situation, and roommates from do we have dorms in universities in Greece?
I think we do, but we don't. Like, it really depends on where you come from and all that. Like, and also if you're actually willing to stay in the dorms over there.
I think people just rent a little apartment when they go to another city to study. I don't know if a lot of people choose to dorm, but I'm pretty sure a really, really small amount of students actually dorm.
Yeah, but it's... Bro, don't get me started on that whole roommate situation. I mean, I can't really complain about my freshman year because we were literally 6 different girls from 5 different countries, and it was a mess. So many different personalities and all that. I mean, we all pretty much got along because we were also teammates. But having to share dorm room with like 5 other people, and mind me, the dorm room is not even like the size of an apartment. It's tiny, and there are only 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in this 6 people total. So
at least you didn't have to share 2 bathrooms with fucking 30 girls.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
We had community
Yeah, I
bathrooms.
didn't have to do that whole community thing. I was pretty lucky about that. But you know, there are still issues even if you're like just 3 people sharing that one bathroom.
Oh,
like,
yeah, definitely.
you know, the whole schedule thing. Who's gonna shower first? Who's gonna shit first? Who's gonna change the toilet paper roll? Who's gonna get their hair out of the shower? Ugh. My second year, though, was kind of different because I actually got a job as an RA over there, so I was actually responsible for the students. I was actually the person who had to welcome the students. So it was completely different living over there. And then the third year, I ended up getting my own apartment and all that, living by myself. Let me tell you what kind of paradise this is, because I never lived by myself before. So yeah, it was completely, I got a cat, and now I'm over here, you know?
Well, talking about jobs,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say we are not allowed to work on a student visa unless you're a sophomore and up, and you can only get an in-campus job. Now, the thing is, we're both planning, at least I'm planning, to stay in the US after my studies, legally, of course. But if I'm not allowed to get a job, how the fuck am I supposed to get an apartment to start looking for jobs? Like, I need to be able to have a roof over my head in order to start looking for jobs and food so I can get my fucking employment papers and get my work visa.
Bro, at this point, just start an OnlyFans, you know? Or just become a stripper. You know
Yeah,
how much
stripper?
money they
I
make?
can't even become a stripper. They need a social security number.
No,
most
they
of the
don't.
time.
Listen,
Yes, they
you know how many Romanians are over there? They driving Mustangs, like 2021 Mustangs
Listen,
and stuff
we'll,
like that.
we'll think about it. I will think about it.
Listen, under the table, you can do a lot of shit. We don't advise that, okay?
No, we do not advise that. But the thing is, you are allowed to get an on-campus job if you're a sophomore and above. And I talked to people about it, and they were like, well, you're not a priority to get a job because you are on a full
What?
ride scholarship.
No.
And you don't need the money.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, I guess I'll starve.
Well, it's not even that I'm gonna starve. It's the fact that I need the money as much as everybody else needs the money. Like, I can't take out loans. This is all that's keeping me here, like my scholarship. My family cannot help me in the US. Like, I'm trying to save money to get an apartment, and that's not everybody else's problem. Like, obviously more people need money, but if there's nobody else looking for the same job I'm looking, why can't you just give me the job?
Just be a stripper.
I'm not gonna be a stripper.
No, come on. And unless you find a job that's actually gonna support you to do your OPT, which is basically your practical work, which only lasts for 1 year, you have to leave the country within 90 days of graduating, which I don't get it. It's pretty dumb. They should give you at least like 6 months to get your papers processed and all that.
Because you can apply for jobs, you can talk to people, but after this, it's just up to the employer if they want to, like, put in the effort and go through the process of getting you work papers.
Because also, you're gonna end up having bills, right? Like phone bills and stuff.
Bro, phone bills,
Oh
don't
my
even get me
god,
started.
bro. Okay, phone bills in the United States are so fucking expensive for no
At least for us.
for no fucking reason. You have to pay 40 to 60. I know it
40
might
to
not
60?
no, 40 to 60 dollars a month, which I know it might not sound too much for some people, but coming from Greece, you usually don't pay more than 15 euros a month to have a plan. So having to transition from Greek standards to those standards, like American standards and all that, it literally gives you like a shock.
Honestly, I didn't have a phone number until my sophomore year of college, a little bit before COVID hit, because I couldn't afford it.
I really saw that really bad thing about money when I ended up moving out by myself, or like in an apartment, because those rent bills, let me tell you, I mean, both me and you, we both experienced, I mean, you didn't really live it, but you know how rents are expensive in New York.
Oh, New York?
Down in West Palm.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Even if you worked for 3 months in Greece, that wouldn't be enough money to pay for a month of rent in New York.
Because I heard like rates over there like 3,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment or something like that.
You are gonna have to pay $2,000 to live in a box with rats and 500 roommates.
Bro, I swear. Because like, I mean, it's not as bad in West Palm, but it's still like, you still have to pay $1,500, and I was lucky too, $1,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment, right? Which, if you think about it, apartments, like 2-bedroom apartments in Greece cost like $350 a month. And then
$450, $550,
yeah,
max.
Something like that. I had to pay $650 for 1 bedroom.
So tell me exactly, how is a family that's making fucking 800 euros a month is gonna pay for their kid, barely, is gonna pay for their kid's rent $650?
No.
I mean, that's not really their problem, it's just our problem.
Yeah. Okay, and also food.
Food, bro.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
God.
no offense to any Americans.
Your food sucks. Like,
sucks dick, bro.
Like, I've been here in Greece for 3 days, and I've already lost 2 kilos, bro.
Which is like 5 pounds.
Yeah, and I've been eating pretty much shitty food, like Greek shitty food, like gyros and stuff, if you know anything about it.
And not gyros.
Yeah, and please, let's not talk about that. We're gonna put that in a different
another episode.
Yeah, but
we are fucking bitching about everybody. No Greeks are safe.
No
Americans
safe.
are safe.
Yeah, but when it comes to food and all that, the food is so bad in the United States. It really made
Even
me.
the healthy food is bad.
Like you trying to eat a salad and you can't eat it if you don't have 5 pounds of salt and 10 pounds
not
of
even salt,
sauce
I
or
don't
something
know
on it.
What kind of food you have in your school? But our boiled vegetables are boiled in butter and salt.
I mean, it's better than nothing. What kind of chicken? Is your chicken like actual normal juicy chicken like over
Our
here?
chicken-
Because our chicken is raw. It's like eating rocks.
Our chicken is ready to fly out of the trees. Our chicken is fucking pink.
Like you trying to go to Whole Foods just to like literally just get a salad and you see a tomato which is like $2. $2 to do it? What? I'm gonna throw it in your face if I see another tomato that's $2. Literally, like.
At least you had access to Whole Foods. I didn't have a fridge or a microwave till my first semester of junior year.
What?
Yeah, I didn't
wow.
have a fridge or microwave. I remember I used to like steal milk from the cafeteria, and because it was cold outside, fucking New York, I would leave it out of the window so it would just stay preserved.
If I leave my milk out of my window, I'm probably gonna have an alligator trying to steal it from me.
Okay, fucking Florida. Listen, if you live in Florida...
Oh my god, the crackheads over there. The amount of videos I have of crackheads.
Nah, our crackheads are better.
Yeah, oh my god. Florida crackheads and New York crackheads are probably like the... I don't know.
Top-tier crackheads.
Yeah, top tier crackheads, like one of a kind. I mean, the only good thing I think with like, when it comes to like money in the States is clothes. Like buying brands
You can
and
actually
stuff.
thrift shop and it's thrifted.
And it's like good clothes too. Like I think like probably like 85% of my clothes right now are probably from thrift shops.
I've never been thrift shopping. I want to go so bad.
Oh my god. But like you don't even have to go thrift shopping. There are shops like Ross, TJ Maxx and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That they have like cheap clothes that you can literally get like a nice ass shirt for like $3.
I get my gym clothes from fucking Target. Anyway, well, to end this episode on a good thing, Americans are very, very generous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember my first friend in the US, when I told her I've never had any of the snacks in the vending machine,
Mm-hmm.
she bought me one of everything. And she was so excited to see me try them. She was fucking crying from joy.
I mean, I think it really depends on who you run into, because, I didn't meet... the people that were more generous were actually internationals. And
No.
I don't know. Especially, like, Latinos. Maybe not Europeans necessarily, but, like, I don't know. Americans, I think they're more, like, individualistic. Like, yes, they are trying to be nice, but I think they're trying to be nice because they want to show they're nice, not because they're genuinely nice.
I've had good experiences with Americans.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I had bad, but, like, it's very rare if I see someone genuinely being kind to me because of pure intention,
Also, my first time that somebody held the door open for me was when I went to the States. Nobody ever has ever held the door open for me.
It's because I wanted to tap that ass.
Nah, bro, people actually hold the door open for you even if you're further away and they wait for you. Greek people would have fucking shut the door in your face.
Oh my god, that's so funny because I actually did this because I got used to it from the States and all that, and I used to do so I got used to doing that, and I actually held the door for one of my neighbors today because I live in a building. So I held the door open and I saw him walking, you know, from a distance. He was shocked. He was so good. He was like, she's trying to flirt with me. She's trying to hit
She's
that.
trying to rob me
I
right
was
now.
like, well, have a good day.
Yeah, no, people don't have this kind of kindness here, and
Yeah.
this kind of kindness, it's not accepted here.
Yeah, it also depends on the person though. Well, if you're interested in learning more about, you know, living in the States or like, you
As
know,
an international.
yeah, exactly, like coming from your country and all of that, we don't have any intention in making another part, but if you want to learn more about it, let us know, or we're gonna be more than willing to do one.
If anybody's listening at this point.
Yeah, basically, because I think it's gonna be 5 people, including myself and you.
Yeah, so not all episodes are gonna be about us, obviously.
Yeah.
This was just an introduction, so you can get to know us, and we can make this a first episode so you can understand what's gonna come next. And I think our next episode, if we have a single fucking listener, is gonna be either all things wrong with Greeks or all things wrong with Americans.
We might put a poll, and you know, you can let us know what you want to listen to first, and then, you know, we'll see on from then. Well, in either case, our Instagrams are going to be in the description,
and you can feel free to message us, offer more ideas for next episodes, or just to chat with us.
Topics, chats, yeah, anything really. But yeah, that was basically all things wrong with being an international student.
Or at least some things wrong.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna see you next time. So bye.
Bye.